Hello everyone, and welcome to Series 4 once again. Yesterday we did the review of the 44, Hales Owen to, Bromsgrove to Hales Owen. Today we'll be reviewing the 145 service from Longbridge to Webb's of Wychbold and Droitwich Spa. Now, as you probably know, from next week, the service on Monday the 30th of November, the service will be reverting back to its normal line of route. Means it will revert to where it was before COVID happens, as many routes are returning to the pre-COVID service levels, even though we're in lockdown, and unfortunately, due to us being in Tier 3, we can only travel essentially. So there's only going to be 2 fleshy videos for the remainder of the year, and I do apologise for any inconvenience to be caused by that. But however, we're not going to let the YouTube channel end, because we're still going to continue to be a success, but however we'll have to do it digitally while this COVID pandemic is going on until at least 2021. So 2021 we will return to some kind of normality. So anyway, we just left Longbridge and we are proceeding into Morrison's Rubery supermarket. And as you know, the service will terminate at Morrison's Rubery as well as Longbridge itself, because that's how it did it before. Now, if you remember, the service was operated by Diamond previously from the Redditch depot, Worcestershire County Council, whoosh, as you can see. This is seen on my PC, and along with IGO buses. However, in 2019, IGO buses went bust, and Diamond has took on the service. So anyway, let's begin now. So we're now at Morrison's Rubery, just waiting for our journey to head on to Webb's of Wychbold. Enjoy. So then we are just now departing from the Morrison's Rubery supermarket, heading towards Bromsgrove. So we're now heading to Bromsgrove now, and on this service, and I will be doing a flesh video, but however it won't be until now 2021, because 2021 is when everything is more than likely to be back to normal. Like everyone says, 2021, we have to be realistic throughout this year, because we can't risk any more trouble. As you know, we have to protect the NHS and save lives. So anyway, we're now at the Great Park where we were yesterday for the 44. And as you probably know, Great Park Rubery is one of the most popular locations, especially with the Morrison's Rubery supermarkets. As you know, Morrison's bought Safeway, which was a defunct supermarket chain, but however they are trading their own brands in local newsagents. So anyway, we're now at Parkway now. There's a lot of new housing that's been built here in the last few years. So we're now on the Rubery Lane, and we'll be heading up to frankly Holly Hill. So Holly Hill Shops is going to be approaching us now. So anyway, we're now approaching Frankly. So we're now in Frankly. Anyway, here we are in Frankly. Anyway, we're now on the Ormond Road now, just leaving the Holly Hill Shopping Centre in Frankly, and as you know, this part will be with the 202 service from next week. So this will be returned to the 202, the original service to Hales Owen. The 44 was a non-starter, but however the 44 was a good route, but it just did not do the same route as what the 202 used to do. So anyway, we're now on Bowling Road. So all this will be part of the 202 route from next week, from Monday the 30th of November. And I will be doing all these new routes for 2021, not this year now because of COVID-19. The 202 service was suspended due to the coronavirus and was then replaced by the 44, and now the 44 is going to be scrapped and returning back to the 202 service to how the service used to do before. So anyway, we're on the Newins lane. Now the 145 does not turn off here at this junction, but however, when it returns to the 202, it's going to turn right and then proceed to do the Rubery Estate through Wazy Hills. So this part will no longer be served by any bus route at all. So there'll be no more bus routes coming up and down this road anymore. So as you remember, this was the path for the 44 route, and I know it's been very, very difficult. So anyway, we're now in Rubery High Street. So all this is going to return to the 202 service from next week. Now, as you know, the 145 is also numbered with a 145A. Means the A goes into Longbridge and Webb. So all this will be all part of the 202 from next week. Going back to its original route, as we are returning to pre-COVID gradually in bus-wise, but not in the world-wise at the moment. So, but we will get there. We will get there, guys. So don't panic. Just bear with us while this is going on. We will beat this coronavirus. So anyway, we're just approaching. So we're on the Leach Green line, and this will all be replaced by the 202 service from next week. So anyway.
This makes me more nervous and seems weird. I mean, these things are just like, it's a sea of people, and you don't even, you forget they're people after a while. Just,
Anyway, we're now going to be turning right at the next minute, and then proceeding onto Lowes Hill Lane. So anyway, we're now over Rednall Way, so this is the Rednall area on the Lickey boundary. So as you know, the 202. So, as you know, Longbridge is also popular for the MG Rover. As you remember, the MG Rover went bust years ago, but has been trading ever since. So anyway, we're now at the so this is Grovely Lane. Now, as you know, half the 145 bits have been cut off, but however there will be seen a bus service from next week when the 145 returns back to its original route. So anyway, we're now coming to the bottom end of Cofton. So we're now in Cofton, Hackett. So we're now going up Rose Hill. So anyway, this is all of Rose Hill, but however we are just... So we're now going up Rose Hill. So we're now at Lickey Hills. So So we'll be turning left at this junction right here. And then we'll be turning right. Well, we'll be turning left again at the next junction. As you know, this does an orbital loop. Then we're going to proceed back down the Rose Hill, and then heading back into Cofton, and heading back towards and then heading into Barnes Green. So from next week, all this will all be cut off and replaced by the 202.
Making a welcome return to Europe for the first time in about 3 years. There they were, live on stage at Donington Monsters of Rock on 95.
Anyway, we're now at Cofton. The 202 will climb up that hill again from Monday the 30th, as the 202 will return to its original route.
It was cool. I mean, I can only judge it by the audience, and they seem to be into it, so it's fine with me.
They certainly did. Now,
So anyway, we're in Barnes Green.
This festival before you came here, because it's kind of a bit of a legendary festival around the world, not only in Europe.
Yeah, you hear all kinds of stuff that people, urinate into bottles and throw them on stage, and throw dead pigs on stage, and people get crushed to death, and all kinds of stuff.
So we're in Kendal End. So this is Kendal.
I've been out in the crowd, and everybody's having a brilliant time. I think the weather helps.
Yeah, it's a lot more mellow than I thought it would be.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the record, because Astro Freak 2000 is really bucking the trend stateside. You're really flying the flag for hard rock and music in America. Why do you think it's been such a success?
Anyway, this is Barnes Green.
We thought maybe it would do okay, but
So
hard rock and
this
metal
is
seems so
Barnes
dead in the
Green.
US that when it came out and it just hung in the top 10 for almost
So anyway, as you know, you've got a lot of shops here.
in such a short time. I don't know. It's very
Post
very weird.
office.
I don't know.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I think the kids are ready.
Anyway, you've got that popular fish and chip shop, Peter's Pan,
So,
based on that classic Disney movie. As you know, I love a bit of Disney stuff.
How have the new songs actually worked out in the live environment?
They worked out great. A lot of the songs for the new record we wrote with
So
playing
anyway,
live
this
in mind,
is
because
Blackwell
we toured so
Road.
much on the last record, and we knew we would do it again. That's what we were thinking when we were writing and recording. So they were, perfect.
So what are the plans for White Zombie, just to finish up with, because we've had the video More Human Than Human gone down a storm here on Headbangers Ball in Europe. Any more plans for further touring or another video?
Oh, we just finished a video for Electric Head Part 2, and then we're going to finish up this festival tour, go to Australia, New Zealand, do another tour of the States, then come back and do a headlining thing of Europe.
Right. Will that be early next year, do you think?
Right after Christmas, I think.
We look forward to that. So just really to finish, your impression here at Donington Monsters of Rock in the sunshine, how are you going to spend the rest of your day?
I'll probably watch all the bands, although I would like to go to sleep most of all, but I want to see
Anyway,
what
we're now
happens
going
there
on
and play
the
that many people.
Licky Incline, and we are going to be shortly arriving into Bromsgrove.
She is, in my reckoning, only the second woman to ever appear at Donington Monsters of Rock in its 14-year history, so that's quite an achievement for her.
Funny, that's cool.
Alright, well thank you to Rob for joining me. We're going to see some more White Zombie live here at Donington Monsters of Rock 95, and then after that we'll be going to a little commercial break, but stick around. Still to come.
So this is Blackwell, just outside Bromsgrove, so we shall soon be approaching the town of Bromsgrove. Anyway, we shall soon be arriving.
and under here somewhere is the man himself. So welcome to Headbangers Ball Slash.
Alright.
Fresh.
So anyway, this is the Birmingham Road, so we shall soon be approaching Bromsgrove.
It was fine. I thought it was great. We had a really good time, and I haven't been to Donington in a long time, and I just like playing in England, and it was just the whole thing was cool.
Great. Now, when you put the band together, I know that one of the things that you really liked about the whole concept of the Snake Pit was that you were going to get back into like a club situation, right back to your roots kind of thing.
Well, you know, I mean, all things considered, on this tour, we've done all kinds of different, like, venues, different size venues.
Anyway, we're now approaching the town centre, Bromsgrove. So anyway, here we are in Bromsgrove. Anyway, we're just now departing from Bromsgrove to Webb's of Wychbold, and then we'll review the Droitwich bit. So we are just departing from Bromsgrove bus station to Webb's of Wychbold and then on to Droitwich. But however, Droitwich will be jumped towards when we get to Wychbold. So anyway, we are just now starting. So we're just proceeding down towards Aston Fields for the Bromsgrove railway station area. So we're now heading towards the railway. So anyway, we're now approaching. So anyway, this is Aston Fields, but the older Bromsgrove railway station. So anyway, we're now at Aston Fields. So then we are now heading down the Stoke Road, heading towards Webb's of Wychbold. And as you know, we're travelling down the 145, and then we're just going to be passing the home base and the Pets at Home outlet centres. So anyway, we're now by the so anyway, this is home base on the right hand side, and then Pets at Home. So anyway, we're now at Sherwood Road, so we're at Sherwood Road now, just by, now there's a couple of, now this is a trading estates at the Aston Fields area in Bromsgrove, and it's very weird that Kidderminster are doing Birmingham work, because it's been a while since they've been doing Birmingham work. When First was on the field, because when First was on the fields, they used to do a lot of Birmingham work. So anyway, we're now coming into another Morrison's supermarket. The 145 is so popular with Morrison's supermarkets, like with Morrison's in Rubery, Morrison's in Droitwich, and also Morrison's in Bromsgrove. So we're now on the Redditch Road, and we'll be heading down towards Avon, and we're heading past the Avoncroft area. As you know, I love a bit of Avoncroft, and so we're now going to turn left and proceed down towards the railway, well, heading down towards the turn-off point, where we'll then proceed onwards towards Webb's of Wychbold. So anyway, we're now heading down Stoke Prior. So as you know, Stoke Prior is so close, so popular with Bromsgrove. So as you know, I love a bit of Bromsgrove myself. I go there quite often when But soon, when the pandemic comes to an end in 2021, I will be back over Bromsgrove, be back on all the buses again, and it's going to be really exciting for 2021, and it should be a better year. 2021, 2020 was just a non-starter really. So anyway, as you know, I have missed a bit out, but however, there will be that full service when we come to do the actual 145 video. So heading down towards Droitwich. So we're now on the shoreline now, so we shall soon be we'll be heading towards Webb's of Wychbold now, and by the time we get to Webb's, we'll then proceed on to onto Droitwich. So Droitwich, as you know, is a spa town, and we shall soon be approaching Webb's. Now, as you know, Stoke Prior is one of the most villages. As you probably remember, this is the only route that comes down here, the 145 service, because without the bus route it would not be financial viable for anyone to get the bus to where they need to go. But however, here in Bromsgrove is one of the most populated towns to have all these different bus routes. So anyway, as you probably know, I have missed a couple of bits out, but bear with me until I get back onto all these proper ways. So we're now heading towards Webb's of Wychbold. Anyway, we're now approaching Webb's Garden Centre, so we'll be we're now approaching the Garden Centre area in Wychbold. So we shall soon be arriving at Webb's Garden Centre. We'll be doing now, as you probably remembered, I was on this bit when it was the last day for IGO. So anyway, we're now approaching Webb's of Wychbold grounds. As you know, the buses stop right outside the garden centre. So anyway, here we are now at Webb's of Wychbold. Anyway, we're now heading back. So now we're heading down towards heading down towards Droitwich Spa. Now, as you know, this is shared by the 144 and the 144A. Birmingham, Catshill, Bromsgrove and Worcester. So as you know, the 144A comes from Catshill and the 144 comes from Birmingham, except some journeys on the 144 only go as far as Bromsgrove. And they are branded as the Salt Road. As you know, Droitwich Spa is a salt town, salt city, and of course this part of Worcestershire is more medieval. So there's a lot of medieval stuff in Worcestershire. As you know, I love a bit of Worcestershire, Shropshire, Staffordshire. So anyway, we're now approaching... this is Droitwich. So we're now in Droitwich. And we are just coming towards Ambersley Street East on Saltway. So anyway, we're now approaching the final terminus. And this is Droitwich Spa, where the service will terminate. And then we'll resume back to Longbridge. but off camera. So this service is going to proceed back into Longbridge. So anyway, here we are now in Droitwich. So anyway, here we are in Droitwich.